Hello there, folks. It's Codiak here, back for the second episode of our Rimworld Survival Guide, and we are picking up right where we left off. Our 5 tribesmen still working hard. We haven't done much. We do have an angry manhunter raccoon that's heading our way. Hopefully we can just do a little bit of that. We'll just recruit that guy real quick. We'll recruit these 2 guys real quick, and we'll just go take care of this. Because you know what's really strange about manhunters? They can really be a huge pain in the ass, especially like right off the bat. If you mess up and like it's a manhunting, I don't know, anything really. This is the challenge with Randy Random. If it's like a manhunting bear or a rhino, you're screwed, and you're in the woods very early on in your game, and that's just not good. So our big goal for this episode is to really get our food under control. We are fighting some weather. We are still hunting alpaca, which is what we were doing last episode. We are finally making food at a consistent basis. We are still working on kind of finishing up our section of the house here. We do need to cut down this tree. These trees are getting in the way of making sure that we can actually totally enclose our facility here. We are going to start laying some flooring down. And the only reason we're going to be doing that is 1, for insulation, 2, just to keep the shrubbery from growing. Obviously, you can't build roofing while there's trees, so we really do need to cut those down. As you guys can see, our farming is going really, really good. Our farmers are cruising along. We've got 1 plot of land over here left. Everything else is looking really, really good. We have a ton of wood, which is great. We did get a little damage there from that raccoon, but we're doing okay. So we're going to keep bringing in the alpaca. I think our guy is hunting them right now. Yeah, we got 3 alpaca that are all injured. We're finally boxing in that. We're going to slow time down for 1 quick second so I can get some torches in here. I want to make sure that all of these places are well lit. Now, I highly recommend not using a ton of torches like I'm currently doing, because if you're not actively paying attention for fire issues, you could totally screw yourself. But I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on this. We are not expanding overly. We're not over expanding at the moment, and we do have a ton of wood. We got some cargo pods. This is great. Mega sloth wool, that is huge. We've got some steel slag. One of the cool things about Randy Random is, at least in my experience, he sends a lot of cargo pods. It's like kind of one of those things that's just really easy to deal with. He throws them down. It happens pretty often. You send a guy to go get them, and boom, you're in a good place. We have a lot of camel hide here, so we are going to make some camel hide bed rolls. We're just going to make them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I can do 5. Do I have 200 here? I have a little less than 200, so I'm going to have to get rid of 1 of those, and I'm going to have to make 1 of them a mega sloth wool bedroll. But that's going to be really good. That's going to give them a better night's sleep, which is going to overall help us. How's our rice doing? Our rice is looking really, really good. This is almost done. That's almost ready to harvest. Of course, the corn is about 1/4 of the way done, so we still have some work to do there. We do need some steel, and that's kind of where we were at last time we were doing this. So we're going to order just like a little strip mine right there of steel, bring some of that in. And once we get this kind of like base stuff under control, we'll be able to do a lot more in here and really focus on some research and getting our kind of technology to where I feel comfortable with dealing with the winter, dealing with the summer, a heat wave, things like that. So we're actually going to get that research bench built. We are going to put, I am clicking away like a madman here, not doing anything effective. Going to build that research bench. We are going to get rid of all of these sleeping spots because the sleeping rolls are where I want them to be. They're going to get a better night's sleep being in the sleeping rolls. And I'm actually going to get rid of these medical ones as well. And I'm going to do 2 mega sloth medical sleeping rolls. Now, all this is good. Look, we've got a lot of meat coming in. Let's see in terms of wildlife. We've got 1 more alpaca, and then we can actually take care of these turkeys. We're trying to stay away from anything that is possibly aggressive. Anything that's aggressive. Oh, and look, we're getting our fueled stove together. That is huge. We're going to make a bill here. We're going to make sure we do pemmican. We're going to do it up to 200. Once we start getting the food in, we want pemmican to be something that we have on hand. We also want to do simple meals forever. And we may need to watch that moving forward. But for now, we got another cargo pod. I told you we were going to get more cargo pods. Look at this. 200 rice. We've got a ton of steel slag. That is really good. Where the heck is my base? There it is. A little far away, but that's okay. And our research bench is built. We're going to get rid of that fire pit. And let's look at our research bench. Now, what do we need to do first? That is a question that is super, super important. Now, do we want to go with something that's a little harder to get, like electricity, but that gets us really close to doing air conditioning, where we can build a freezer? Or do we want to work with complex furniture and get beds and things like that? Or do we want to go with smithing and focus on our hunting? Me personally, I think stone cutting is very important. I think clothing is very important. And I think electricity is important. I have never really gotten much use out of the long blades, plate armor, great bow thing. We do have the recurve bow right now. We can make some recurve bows, which is going to be great. I'd rather just skip all of this stuff and get right to electricity. But that really depends on how you like to play the game. Now, we are in a good biome for Devil Strand, but I don't want to research that quite right away. And drug production, while it's important, I'm going to stay away from that for right now. So we are going to actually start with, this is always a really tough decision for me. It really is a tough decision. We're actually going to start with stone cutting. We're going to start with stone cutting. Oh, and we're being raided. How many people are raiding us? Just one guy. Oh, he's got a handgun though, so we do need to be careful of that. Let's take our 4 guys out here. We are going to kind of wait for him to get close, because what he's going to do is he's going to get close, and then he's going to start probably catching things on fire is my guess. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to catch him off guard here, and let's take him out. He does have a smoke pop belt, but we are hitting him with clubs and equas, and he's down. So we do have a pistol now. It's an auto pistol. It's a normal auto pistol. It's not terrible. We'll bring it in. He's dead, so we don't have to worry about him. Like I said, I want to get rid of this. That's being taken care of now, hopefully. And we do need a place to dispose of these bodies, so we're just going to make a dumping zone like up here. This is going to be for corpses. Clear all. This is just going to be for human corpses. Just because we don't have a furnace yet to get rid of them. We don't have a really good way of doing that. We don't want them to become a problem for our colonists. So food is looking good. Our rice is looking good. We do want to start getting all of this under control. I'm going to have Goat's working at the moment. I'm going to have Red start picking up all of this wood and hauling it off to where it needs to be. Remember here, guys, we are using pick up and haul, which is a mod that I use. It is probably the only game-changing mod that's in this game here. I do recommend it, but if you don't want that experience and you want to be frustrated, that's fine too. So he's picking up all that wood. Look at all of this freaking rice we're getting. So much rice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are unfortunately losing some meat, but that's okay because we've got rice in here, and that is good stuff. We do need to start making pemmican from all this stuff, and that's what we're going to do. And the good thing about pemmican is it doesn't spoil for like a year. It's awesome. We're going to turn these 2 end beds into medical beds, and I feel really, really comfortable about what's going on right now. Remember, this is a really complicated starting game. You are in a swampy biome. You don't have a lot of resources. Your research level is very low. So what I need to do now is I need to start looking at what is going on here in my work order, and I need to prioritize research. So I don't want it to be Goat because Goat is our cook. So I think I'm going to have to do it with Rory here. And I'm going to make research a top priority for Rory. Hopefully he starts chipping away at that. And that's going to be really helpful for us. Let's see what other production we can do. So in terms of production, we can do a sculptor table, which I really don't care about. That's for artwork. And while that's great, it's not that important right now. What I do want to do is I want a nice table in here where everybody can eat, because eating at a table gives you a benefit. We are going to get rid of those 2 torches just for aesthetics. I think that's probably good. We don't really need to do anything other than like a corner table for now, at least. We don't have a lot of people on staff. We don't have a lot of people in our colony. We are low on food again, but that's okay. We're going to make that pemmican. He's still hunting turkeys. I believe that's Red that's hunting the turkeys. And there's not much reason to expand beyond this at the moment. What I am going to do is I'm going to make some doors up here. I realize that this is not like the most ideal situation. I don't want to put doors into our little pantry area. That's not going to work for me. We can actually put some doors We'll put doors here, though, to allow people quicker access to the fields if they need to get out there. The rice is looking really good. The corn is growing rather quickly. Some of that corn's already past 50%. That is all really good stuff. One of the big challenges that we are going to face is we don't have the ability to get medicine. So I am going to want to keep checking on this medicine. Again, I'm not cutting the medicine. I'm harvesting the medicine. I don't want to totally remove it. We can do a little bit of berry stuff too. And Rory is starting to work on the research. So we are in a really good place right here. Everything is going our way. Let's just check to make sure everything else, there's nothing that's sneaking by us here that we haven't made. Everything else is really good. Now, what I want to do is actually start getting some more steel, because that's going to be really important to us. And we're just going to kind of keep strip mining this. We do have a really nice chunk of steel right here. So I don't want to go overly crazy and, you know, do anything over the top in terms of stripping something out right off the bat. I am going to give her that auto pistol wasp. I need to clean up this place. This place is a mess. You see how messy this place is? So if nobody's got anything going on, I'm going to have them all clean except for Rory. Hopefully they'll start cleaning a little bit more, because this is kind of crazy. They're making a mess. And what I actually do want to do, and I haven't done this, and I probably should have done this earlier, is make a crafting spot. And I want to make 5 recurve bows. I've got 5 villagers. A recurve bow is going to be a really good place to start in terms of weaponry. It's going to protect us from things. And I need to assign some people to crafting, because I don't think I have many on crafting. So we're going to have Red prioritize crafting. We're going to have Goat do a little bit of crafting. And there's that first heat wave. We do need to be very careful with the heat wave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get some passive coolers in here. Nothing crazy. Just a couple passive coolers in here. I am going to prioritize this stuff. Is he hunting right now? He's hunting. All right, we're going to have Goat do this. Passive cooler. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Passive cooler, passive cooler, passive cooler. This should be very quick to make. And I just basically want to make sure that nobody dies because they were hot. And we're just going to prioritize everything. Good. Everything is okay here. It's got enough fuel to get us through. It's not going to like do anything crazy. Unfortunately, there's a heat wave. It's not enough to chill out the freezer. So that's unfortunate, but that's just kind of the world we live in, especially when we're playing in a biome like this. So that's going to bring the temperature down to like a more moderate level, which is fine. We're actually going to get rid of a torch, because the torches do add... Oops, I didn't mean to refuel that. I meant to deconstruct it. So that's around 60. All of this meat is going to spoil in a day, so we do need to get ahead of that and start cooking. Rory's going to go back to researching. They're going to start pulling some rice down. Everything is really good. Now let's get back to this crafting thing. So I'm going to prioritize crafting just a little bit more for our people with passions. Hopefully one of them will start doing that. What did they give us? Oh, they gave us some components. That was nice of them. So let's see. Who's not really doing a lot right now? Goat's cooking. Doga is mining. Rory is researching. Red is digging. Wasp is harvesting. I'm going to have Wasp. Ooh, who can do this? I'm going to have Red do this. And I'm going to have him prioritize this, because it shouldn't take too long. And we're going to get some weapons out of here, which are going to be really helpful for killing animals and keeping ourselves safe. So there's the first recurve bow. Where the heck did he drop that? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's awful quality. That's not good. Not good, Red. Come on. As our hunter, you need to step up your game. Come on, make it good. Make it good. How do you do? All right, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, so we're focusing on more of the little things now. While they're important, you know, while the rest of it was important to getting off the ground, this is really important in terms of staying alive. In case we get raided, again, we're playing with Randy Random, so he may throw a curveball at us, and he may absolutely destroy us with something that we're not ready for. And unfortunately, we're losing some of our food, and we can cancel his prioritization. We've got 3 of them out there. We're going to give Rory one. And we've got the bedrolls going. I think a lot of people sleep on the bedrolls. And by sleep on the bedrolls, I don't mean like they're actually sleeping in them. I mean like they forget that they're really good. Especially if you're hunting quickly, you need to make sure that you get bedrolls going because you don't want them sleeping on the floor. It's going to give them a better quality of sleep, which is going to make them more efficient in the field, which is so dang important, as you guys have seen right off the bat. Like once we get past this point, unless I get hit with something really crazy, I think we're in really good shape. I'm actually not going to hunt that boom rat. That's always a dangerous game to play, especially right off the bat. How are we doing on the pemmican? We're going to actually bump up this pemmican to 400 because pemmican, like I said, doesn't go bad, and we do have the rice to make that work. And look how much rice we have out here. We need to get this rice in the building. I'm not sure. My hauling is a little wacky right now, but look how much with pickup and haul, he can really just pick up as much as he wants. All right, Red's being attacked by this angry turtle. Hopefully he's got, all right, close. He should be dead soon if he doesn't miss a million times. There we go. Okay. I always get worried when the game just suddenly goes back to normal speed. Something could be going on, and most times it's nothing, but you never know. So this is kind of like the boring ancient danger. I told you guys this is where the alien section was going to be. So we're going to stay away from that for a long time. Oh, look, there's a huge fire from that flash storm. This is actually really dangerous because it's going to get rid of a lot of these trees. Hopefully this fire doesn't spread much more than that. As you can see, it is spreading south, which is really dangerous. I'm actually going to see if I can expand my home zone to deal with this. I'm going to stop it there. I don't want anything to impact this area of the game. I don't mind if it goes north and pulls some of that stuff down, but if anything gets that far down, we're going to be in a lot of trouble because obviously it's just going to burn all of this. It's all just going to be burnt down. And there goes Red to start fighting the fire. Hopefully nobody gets totally engulfed, and they're doing a good job keeping the flames down. Unfortunately, it is a tough job. It's a lot of fire. Just trying to make sure nobody gets killed. It is a rainy thunderstorm, so there you go. That's going to put the rest of this fire out. Perfect. Good. So we saved. This is like one of those things they don't teach you. You don't really learn this. You only learn this by doing. Look at this ginormous swath of trees that is completely gone now. And if we had not expanded our home zone, we wouldn't be able to have kept that fire under control. So that's just one of those little tips that you just got to pick up on by playing the game, by understanding kind of the nuances of the game. We've got another fire that's starting up here in the home zone. The rain's taking care of that too. And we've got another one over here to the left. We're actually going to, nope, the rain's taking care of that as well. I was going to say expand the home zone over there. It didn't do too much damage, so we're okay. We're going to refuel this stuff. I'm not sure why. I probably have refueling set really low or not at all. Yeah, refueling set is 3. Let's refuel this as well. Sorry that I keep waking these guys up, but I don't really care. And then Red is making the recurve bow. Great, which means his hunting is over. A couple little things here. Nothing I'm super worried about. Like I said, we still got a ton of... Oh, we got a manhunter pack. What we got? So this is a bull. So Randy Random sending a bull our way. We're going to get our guys out here ready to fight. And we should be able to take this thing down with no problem. We've got the gun. We've got a couple bows. Goat can get back to whatever the heck he was doing. He's not doing anything important. And yeah, we're doing just fine. Boom, he's dead. That's going to actually give us some meat and some leather. So that is really good. I actually want to prioritize hauling all of this rice. I want to make sure all of this rice gets inside. And look at this. Our corn is 69% of the way done. That is a big deal. Guys, I'm not going to, I don't want to jinx this, and I'm going to knock on my desk here. I am feeling very good about this playthrough. The first time I did this playthrough trying to start this series, I got thrown a huge curveball with a manhunter pack that I was just not ready for. This one I'm feeling really good about. I got my base of operations. I've got bedrolls. I've got research underway. I've got a ton of pemmican that I'm feeling really good about. What I am going to do is, as I mentioned in the last video, work on this training here. So we're actually going to bump this up to make sure that they have obedience, or sorry, that's release. Obedience is all set. Rescue and haul, and that's going to be a big deal for us. So let's make sure that we're training these guys. We're going to have Red take care of that. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. We are going to start butchering and making kibble. We're going to do that until we have 150 kibble. We're going to move that ahead of butchered creature. Look, they make kibble so quick, and that's what we used to train. So just doing a little bit of kibble. I do 150. That seems to last a while. One of the big challenges I kind of get, it kind of throws me off every time I do this, is I end up accepting a million animals. Just more animals, more animals, more animals. And eventually I end up getting just completely screwed because they're eating all of my food. So it's kind of frustrating, but, you know, we make it work. And now it's kind of, I don't want to say it's the boring part of the game, but it's the meticulous part of the game where you really kind of focus on the little things like making each place look nice and giving them a nice bonus to, you know, just the way a room feels. And that's going to have, oh, look, it's our AI message. Let's just see where the ship is. It is all the way over there. And where the heck are we? We are all the way up there. So that's where the ship is. That is not going to happen anytime soon. So that's fun. So we're just planting some flowers, making this place a little nicer. Looks like our heat wave is still going on. I can't tell if it's still going on. It's 100 degrees out there. Our house is fine, though. Those passive coolers are doing their job. Our first research, which is stone cutting, is almost done. That is really good. We're going to actually dig some graves. We'll dig some graves over here. That way we can just kind of get rid of these bodies. It's going to be a lot of raids. Playing with Randy Random always means there are a lot of raids that we have to deal with. We've got a Psychic Soothe. That is fine. The refueling thing is getting a little annoying. So we need to get electricity going sooner rather than later. We're just going to prioritize all of them to do a little bit more refueling. Stone cutting. We got our first thing, stone cutting. That is great. That is awesome. We are going to go right to electricity. We're going to do it. We're going to skip complex furniture for now. I'm not feeling that we need complex furniture. We got a good set of bedrolls right off the bat. So I'm feeling really good about that. We are going to hunt all of these hares, this rat, this squirrel. We're going to hunt all of this stuff. Anything that's got really low wildness, we're going to hunt. We don't have a ton of medicine, and that is one of the challenges. There's a warg here. We do need to keep an eye on this warg in case he attacks anybody. We don't have a ton of medicine, and while I think we're pulling in a little bit. Oh, there's no empty accessibility spots. That's why. All right, let's make sure we can get medicine here. Manufactured medicine. We're going to take medicine out of, that zone. That way all the medicine is pretty close. We do have a ton of food right now. This actually may be way too much food. So I'm actually going to go back into this Cook Simple Meals. I'm going to stop it at 75. Do until you have 75. We don't need much more than that. And we do have other projects we need to work on. So we have more food than we need to. We do need to refuel all this. We got some more cargo pods. That's great. What do we get? Oh, just some yayo. We may just sell that later. All right, so we're looking good. Feeling good. What is next? Research is really our next thing. We do need to, there we go. Start refueling all this stuff, guys. Who's not doing much? Wasp is selling. Red is going for a walk. Red, you need to start refueling. So I'm going to have him refuel all of this stuff. I do have a lot of lamps. Like it's an excessive amount of lamps. But I have a ton of wood, so I'm not super worried. Yeah, there it is. I knew that was going to happen. Get everybody out except for Goat. We need to hunt this warg. We need to make sure he does not kill our beautiful little husky. Good, we got him. He's dead. Need to make sure our husky doesn't die. How is she? She definitely has some bites. She's in severe pain. We do need to pay attention to her, make sure she doesn't die. And we're being raided. So it's just a single raid, somebody with a knife. I'm not overly concerned about that. Let's see if he hangs out. Yeah, so he's going to wander up there for a minute. This is what Camera Plus does so well. I can kind of look at what's going on here. I can check out what's going on over there. We got an ambrosia sprout as well over here. How much ambrosia is it? Not much. So we're going to keep an eye on him. And let's see, there it is. There he starts to go. We're going to get our guys ready for this raid. We're going to move them up here on the riverbank. And this should be an easy kill right off the bat. And what we are going to do, hopefully we can get this guy incapacitated. We are going to build an expansion off the back here. He's down. He's incapacitated. What I don't have is a place to safely capture him. And that's my mistake for not building ahead. So I'm probably going to miss out on this opportunity. Let's see. Is he going to bleed out soon? He's probably going to bleed out soon. Yeah, he's bleeding out in 3 hours. So there's no chance I'm really going to be able to take care of him. He's going to die. And boink. Maybe. Where is he? There it is. So he died. We weren't able to get that extra barracks built for him, but we're going to do that right now. We're going to make sure that that doesn't happen again. We're not going to get too many more one-person raids. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there, but nothing overly egregious. And our hay grass is finally finishing up. It looks like our freezer is filling up quickly. A lot of pemmican, a lot of simple meals. I mean, that's great. That is good stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have a freezer yet. I don't have the capability of having a freezer. We've got a solar flare, which is fine because we don't have any electricity. And we're just continuing to get rice. We are about to get a ton of corn too. So we're going to let them keep doing their thing. We're going to stop hunting for a minute. We're going to let goat keep cooking. We're going to hopefully build all of this out. We've got a go frenzy. And things are looking really good. All right, so things are moving ahead. We're moving the medicine into there. Let's check to see how much more medicine we can get. Let's see if there's any more wild heal root. We should be harvesting all of this wild heal root since we can't grow it ourselves yet. Let's see if any of our workers can. How are plants? Plants at 9. That's really good. Wasp that's what we needed. That's how we need to get heal root. So let's make a couple new zones here for heal root. As always, I'm going to stick with 8x8s. Which is, as you guys know, just kind of like my standard when it comes to build or grow zones. And then boom. So we're going to get heal root here. Wasp should start working on that. They don't grow particularly fast, but it works. What do we get here? We have a caravan request for 13 tribal wear for some healer serums. It's not bad, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm more worried about making sure that we get this kind of new barracks set up. We do have a ton of wood. We have potential for more wood. We've got a ton of hay grass. I'm actually going to put the hay grass up here. The hay grass doesn't go bad that quickly, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it spoils in 58 days. So I'm going to put the hay grass somewhere else. Because look how much hay grass we're getting. We're getting a ton of hay grass. We're actually going to bring harvest down to a 2 level so they grow this stuff first. There we go. Because we want to make sure that heal root is going in and we're working on that. The construction stuff is happening. It's happening very slowly. We are going to do a cut plant on all of this just so we can build this out quicker. We're losing a little bit of our meat, but it's okay because we're about to get a ton of corn, 99% grown. This is going to give us so much corn, we're not going to know what to do with all of it, which is fine. I may actually be able to, it's not the best solution, but what I can do, oh, no, I can't. There's some marshy soil there. So I can't do that. I can't expand that way. So we may need to move our freezer another direction moving forward. We've got I think we've got a little bit of room up here. Not much, though. You can see there's some marshy soil there. I don't think we can build on the mud. We've got more cargo pods. What is this? Potatoes. 200 potatoes, so that's good stuff. Look at all this corn. So much corn we're about to get. And it's only Jugust. So the As I stated, guys, the goal of this video was to get our food production underway. We have accomplished that goal. This is a great place to stop because, as you can see, our farms are kicking off. This may be too much production. I'm hoping that we get a couple traders that move in, that want to trade, that want some of this food. We've got the heal route going, so Wasp has gained enough plant experience to be able to plant heal root. That is going to help us out, and we've got the research slowly crawling along as we work towards some of those goals. So this is a great place to stop and reset for the Survival Guide episode 3. This was all about planting, all about crops, and maintaining your food supply chain right off the bat. As you can see, I'm not doing a lot of hunting. I'm doing a lot of harvesting. Now that, of course, is because I'm in a biome that allows me to do that. So something to consider when you're playing this game, when you're thinking about food production. But this is a good place to start. This is what you want in your game. This is what you want in a colony that's moving and shaking, that can provide for itself, that doesn't rely on the animal wildlife. You never know if you're going to get a volcanic winter or a toxic fallout with Randy Random. So this is a good place to stop. As always, guys, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. And remember, you can subscribe to the channel if you want more Rimworld videos in your feed. Thanks for checking out the Survival Guide. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at the Game Gurus, thanks for watching and play on.
Thanks for checking out the video. If you want to learn more about the game or just want to be part of an incredible video game community, join the Game Gurus on Discord. Be the first to know what's going on with the channel and interact with me and the rest of the team on a daily basis. To join, check out the link below.